And we are back for another edition of the Michigan Football Breakdown, focused on the defense with my man Vance Bedford. The people been asking. I've been telling them you coming back, Vance, and here we are, another year, and a year where they're talking about Michigan is expected to win the whole damn thing, and they certainly have the talent to do so, Vance. But before we dive in and exchange pleasantries, what I like to do is tell people about the footage we use in these videos. We do not own it, and because we don't own the footage, we just use it for your entertainment, your education, and your edification, and we don't get any sponsorship. We don't sell any advertising. This is for you, the people. That being said, this takes time. This takes energy and effort. And because it's a lot put into it, if you want to support the cause, if you want to show us some love, you can check out this link to the support page for the Michigan Football Breakdown, focused on the defense with Vance Bedford. You can check that out. You want to donate to the cause, help us keep going and growing. Show your love that way. That's the way to do it. Vance Bedford, they've been talking about getting you your steaks, man. This is how they can get you your steaks, right?
Yeah, they've been telling me 2 years about my steaks. I'm looking for my steaks, man. Tell your friends, your cousins, even people you don't like to join this show. We need your support, your help. I love doing this. I'm a big fan of the Wolverines, coaching there on 2 different occasions. Come on, man. Let's reach out, get more people checking us out. This is the best show on. You have 2 coaches and you have a former quarterback breaking down Michigan video. Come on, what are we waiting on? The best show in town. We live at 5 anytime you want to, baby. Let's roll.
Yeah, man. And so, it's always more fun to talk about a squad that's really, really good. But what's so great, Vance, to have your expertise is we get the good and the bad. And it turns out, if you look back and you really watch these videos, this is what makes it the best thing going. The stuff you talk about always shows up, Vance. I remember early in the season last year, you said, Sam, good defense, Lil Mike, Big Mike, got a lot of things going. They're going to have to show up the linebacker play. They're going to show up the linebacker play, Sam. And then we saw in that TCU game exactly what you said came to fruition. They made some changes in the offseason. Guys are a year older, more experienced. And I thought we saw some good things, in particular from the linebackers in this game. Vance, how would you kind of assess, as we get into the video and start bringing it up, how would you assess the play of the guys in this contest versus ECU?
I can see watching the video, these guys are taking a big step. As you said, they're a year older. I think from the coaching standpoint, I think he has been a little bit more detailed as far as what they need to do, especially at run fits. You go back to last year, Sam, almost every week I talk about the same thing. Where are the linebackers fitting? Are they going to spill a ball? Are they turning the ball back? We saw the same mistakes week in and week out. And then in the biggest game of the year, it hurt us in the TCU game. And I think so far, watching the first ball game, some of those things have been cleared up. And I'm looking forward to see as we move forward on how that's going to work. Because right now, be honest, first 3 or 4 ball games, Sam, you and I can probably suit up with the D line we have and play linebacker and hopefully just trip over ourselves and make a tackle. I'm just being honest. I just want to see are the fundamentals good or our run fits excellent, and we're gonna find out as we go on.
Yeah, man. That you didn't see this, but we got a chance to sit down at a live event with Junior and to hear him break down the plays. You can tell, and he first of all recognizes mistakes he made last year and is thinking the game at a lot higher level. So when that athleticism meets up with the IQ, you got something real special. But let's start off first, Vance, bringing up the first play. 3rd and 4 over wheel, 1 dog. Take us through it.
And I'm just this is what we do defensively. We are a pressure team. We are attacking, aggressive. Think about it. Last year we blitzed a lot. What's the down on distance? 3rd down and 4. We're gonna be tight coverage. We bring in somebody from somewhere. You just don't know where it's coming from. That's the beauty of what we do defensively. So right now they're in max protect. They have a 6-man protection. So on paper they should be able to pick up anything we do, but we get great pressure to make a difficult throw. So I like what we're doing right now. You can see the routes. At the top, it's a pick pattern. They playing for man-to-man. But the nickel in the corner, Big Mike in the corner, they're going to pass this off and play it perfectly. I mean, so, but again, you can see right now, we got a pick pattern at the bottom. We got a linebacker blitzing the B gap. The linebacker's walked up. He steps and drops. So again, we're trying to get the guard to block him to get some other guys scot free. Again, a great plan, great look, great disguise. I like what we're doing. We're man-to-man in the back end, being aggressive with a post safety. I just love this. I love the attacking style defense, and that's why we've been so successful. Here we go right now. They do a great job passing off. We got great coverage. We get a pass breakup right off the gate. 3rd down and 4, we off the field. But again, we get 5-man pressure. We getting 5-on-6. We get pressure. The linebacker gets cut, but he's at the feet of the quarterback, which makes the quarterback nervous. At the top, they're trying to run a pick pattern, which is what you should do versus Michigan. But little Mike in the corner, they pass us off perfectly. They playing 2-on-2. Watch the pass off. Outstanding. Outstanding. Then I put our hand in his hand. Incomplete pass. First series, Sam, it's 3 and out. You can't ask for nothing better than that, which means we're getting great field position by the offense, which is going to lead to a touchdown. I love what we're doing.
Talk about the young fella, Keon Sabb. He's a 2nd-year guy, highly recruited guy, but was in the background last year. He told me he dropped some weight in the offseason, feels quicker, feels faster, and he didn't interfere on this play. Vance, he played with some good technique right here.
You know what good technique is? It's called good coaching. Things they work on in practice. So my first thing, my hat's off to the coaches. Putting guys in position to make plays. Good players don't panic. They stay patient. They stay calm. He didn't panic. So you work on those things in practice, and all of a sudden, people say, oh, he was lucky. No, he wasn't lucky. Lucky is when you go and prepare yourself for success. That young man prepared himself to make that play. He made it. Therefore, we off the football field. So great coaching. The young man learned, and they took it from the practice field to the game field. Incomplete pass, which leads to a punt and great field position. Great call, great defense.
Yeah, and another thing to point out. I remember the Rutgers game. There was a pick play. Rutgers ran a pick in the red zone, and Mikey and Will. I don't know if you remember the play, Vance. Little Mike and Will, they got picked. Yeah. I talked to Will about it. He said, "Hey, man, that was really on Mike, right?" So the fact that Little Mike, they passed this off right here again. Another year in the defense. You're seeing the effect. You're seeing the experience come to fruition on this play.
What is this? Understanding the game. Last year, little Mike, that was his first year playing defense.
Right.
So those are some things that you run into. Now he's one of the leaders on defense. He understands what's going on. For example, in that particular situation, 1 and 2, the outside receivers, they had a tight split. So I'm playing man-to-man. As you can see, they were on different levels. So Mike said, hey, alert the pick. We're going to banjo this. In other words, it's 2-on-2. So you can see the one guy jogging off the line of scrimmage. He knew right now, hey, this is a pick pattern. They pass it off perfectly. Again, outstanding coaching. The students of the game or the players to learn what to do. They took it to the field. Therefore, it's no play because the ball should have gone there. To me, the quarterback made a bad decision. He made a bad decision because he saw the heat coming.
All right, man. So let's move on to the next one. Okie Backer, Vance. Okie Backer versus Zone Reed. You're going to see breaking this up now so you can talk to people through this play.
This is the very next series. I mean, they get good field position right now. So, again, a lot of times you can see the offensive line. This is just inside zone. So they're going to double the left tackle and guard. They double a climb to the backer. The center is zoning up for the front side backer. The right guard and tackle, they blocking out and out. Okay? And the receivers, basically right now, they're going to block. So right now, again, we in man-to-man. But if you look at this disguise, Coach. I'm swearing right now, we're going to play quarters coverage. They motioning, they're like, we're going to play quarters coverage. And we're going to go to man to man. So again, it's like when you go into a bakery, you don't know what to pick. Everything looks so good. And you mess around saying, this looks so good. And you pick the wrong thing. And like, I made a mistake. The offense on this particular look looks like they playing Okie cover 4. They've been to the wrong thing. We bringing the heat. Therefore, we're going to get a tackle for loss. They went to the baker shop and picked the wrong pastry and got burned. So what we're doing right now is that our left backer, he blitzing in the A gap. The other backer looping around to be second. They scot free. What a great disguise, great scheme, but more importantly, the execution of the players. We're playing man to man right here. But it looks like we're playing quarters. The quarterback doesn't see it. The offensive line doesn't see it. It's a no game right here. I love this. Great this scheme, great patience. Watch the two black backers at work here. That's going to be the key. Watch these two backers at work. Watch this. Look at, oh my God, look at that. Unblocked. Unblocked. You can't devise a better plan, and the execution was even better. It's even better. I mean, I love the two backers, how they fit this thing. The disguise of the secondary. Look at the run through. He's unblocked. There's no place to go. Excellent design, great call, great execution. I'll give that an A right there. That's an A right now, man. You can't ask for anything better than that. And think about all the new players up front we have right now that's executing this. We played a lot of guys in this ball game that didn't play a lot last year because we have some guys injured right now. And right now, the execution is absolutely outstanding. But I love what the two backers did right here. A great job. The second backer in, he read it. He fell back inside, unblocked, boom, TFL.
Right.
Great disguise.
And I remember you talking about at one point, it might have been the season before, you want to see them run more games up front. And I don't know if they're listening to you, Vance, but this is a part of their game that they become pretty proficient at. So Bear Lightning versus Zone. Talk to people through this.
Okay, this was a big call for us last year, but again, this is nothing but the inside zone. I think the offensive line made a mistake because the center pulls one way and the tight end comes back inside. So something's not right about this play. I hadn't seen one like this. The center's going to pull out. The tight end is coming back in. This is going to be a split zone. I think the center made a mistake. If they ran this play for real, I would love to play against this because somebody what they were doing on the offensive line, for East Carolina. I never seen him play like this before. It was a great misdirection, but it didn't work because we got guys running scot-free. I mean, so right now you can see it's inside zone. Outside, we get start blocked by one, a bubble. This is zone replay like this option. You're getting dived by the back. The quarterback's going to carry out the fake and go down the line of scrimmage reading the defensive end. This is a give. This is a split zone. Okay. Now we're going to go to the defense. We're going to stem to bear. So what that means is that the linebacker is going to walk up on the line of scrimmage. The defensive end is going to a 3 technique. And so they blitzing off the edge. Little Mike is coming off the edge. He should be the quarterback player. But what I like about this particular stunt here is a twist by the two inside guys. The left big fella, he's going first to the center. The right big fella, he coming around second for contain. And the outside backer to the boundary, he's dropping. And we're going to roll the coverage to the field. I used to love this call. I wouldn't call it on 2nd and 10 sometimes because that's a passing situation. But he gets right, and you can see the boundary corner going to the half-field player. The remaining backers 3 hook, meaning he's related to number 3. The safety to the boundary, he's going curl on number 2. The front side safety half-field. So we are rolling the coverage to the field. We have a body on a body. And you see the linebacker with 3 hook, that means he relates number 3. So whoever number 3 is on the ball, he'd go to him. If it was 2 by 2, he would go 2 weeks. So he's finding the extra guys what it is.
And so tell the people what you mean by cloud. That was a key in Michigan State game.
The cloud means that corner is his responsibility. He has a flat. He is going to reroute number 1 and try to get him inside. And therefore, he has the first thing to the flat. So he's looking for a high throw. Because if it was a pass play, what the quarter should be saying, the nickel back's coming, he should throw the ball fast either to number 1 or number 2 to the field. But when you got a roll up corner, you take that away. And they rolling the boundary safety down to be the curl to the field. So they're taking away all the high throws right now. But for some reason, again, it's a great disguise. So the quarterback kept the run read on. And therefore, we get another 1-yard gain to nothing. So let's go watch it. But highlight the 2 guys inside. The twist worked perfectly. The first guy went first. The second guy wrapped around. He's unblocked. Again, I love the scheme. See the stem late and watch the 2 inside guys work. Watch this. Great job. And then off the edge, you see my backer coming clean. He got a TFL. Look at it. He know he got that. He know he got that. But I got one little minor problem right here, Sam. One problem. Little Mike. Little Mike's supposed to have a quarterback. If the quarterback would have pulled this football, we might have had an issue. So I think they're gonna get this cleaned up. That's why we put quarterback on there. Anytime he's coming off, he's the second guy off the edge. He's a quarterback player on the zone replay, not the dive player. The linebacker has a dive. Little Mike came too hard. Now I like when the guys say, "Coach, I saw the ball." My conversation is, no, you didn't. You didn't see that. You see what Mike is? He's too far in.
Yeah.
He gonna say, "I saw the ball get." No, son, you didn't see that ball given. Ray Charles might have saw it, but you're not Ray Charles. Get your little butt on quarterback first. Make sure I got him, and then you can fall back late. An old term a D-line coach would say, slow till you know. In other words, stay on your responsibility until you know. The Mike is like I was baking a cake, and the cake not done. I want some cake. He cut it. It's still liquid hot. He just burned himself. It wasn't done. Slow till you know, Mike. Take your responsibility first, then you can come back.
Hey, man, but you know what? You know what? That's the kind of thing in a game one, you can see it didn't cost you a lot in its first game type stuff that you can clean up. So, all right, so Lil Mike made a mistake, not a costly mistake. They still made a play. Made him say, "Coach, okay, I got you. I'm coming back." He came back on this play, Vance. He came back on this play.
Right now, as again, the calls, the coverage, the stunts up front, everything. So right now, when I look at the offense, I'll go to offense first. They are max protect mode. This third and long. They're anticipating blitz. So we got over nut combo, and what that is twist inside. We're gonna talk about the offense first. You can see at the very top. So we blocking right now. They got 7-man protection. 7-man protection. And down guys are blocking down. They're blocking the big guys. The two backs. It's like punt protection. They got 7-man protection. So at the top, you got a tandem split. So you can see that number one is going vertical first, running a post, and the outside guy, he stems inside and breaks flat. So we got 3-on-2 over there. To the boundary, we are doubling the X receiver with the corner and the safety. The two linebackers have the two backs man-to-man. So right now, we're taking out all of the fast guys out, and we're doubling those guys. 3-on-2 to the top, 2-on-1 to the bottom. Great coverage. I love this coverage right now. 3rd down and 9. They have max protect. The twist inside, they did a great job on the twist. The big fella, he goes first. The nose loops around. So we are getting pushed inside. And then the two outside guys get a pass rush on the tackle. So here we go. Let's let it run, see what happens. You guys see the doubles, the 3-on-2. So we're highlighting the twist. I want you guys to watch the twist first. He'll run it back. Watch the twist. See what happens? The twist? It's a great job. That's a great job. I mean, little Mike, he gets the interception, but what caused that play was a twist inside. Great execution. The first guy, he bulled right through the center. The next guy wrapped around, unblocked. So the quarterback had to throw a pass before he was ready. So now we're going to go back. He's going to run it back, and we're going to see little Mike. We're going to see the outside. See the 7-8? I mean, 2 tons of fun rolling through that right now, baby. He's scared to death. That's all I got to say. So this interception, Mike should take this guy for a steak dinner. Okay, so now let's watch the second. Let's watch little Mike. Little Mike right now, he's going to try to get his hands on the guy. Then he's going to gain width outside for the first low throw. The corner at the top, he has the first deep outside throw. The safety to that side has the first deep inside throw. So it's 3-on-2. Okay, so now we're going to watch the coverage. Let's see what happens.
All right.
So we saw the twist already, so now we're going to coverage right now. So let's watch little Mike, the nickel back. Boom, boom. Now watch him expand. Watch him expand. Boom, easy play. Execution again. Good pressure up front. Great execution in the secondary, which leads to interception right now. But again, as I said on the previous series, the quarterback is what?
I mean, I tell you what, I know the game up front was what got number 78 free, but that big fella can move. Like I expected, and we had heard from a run game perspective that he's going to be a force. He was going to be a load to deal with. But this dude made his presence felt as a pass rusher in this game, and that's a damn. I know it was East Carolina, but that's a damn good sign.
It is. Anytime you get a big man like that that can run that fast and get pressure, your defense becomes that much better. If you can get pushed inside, it makes your defense better. What it does, it makes the defensive end's job a lot easier because now you got to find ways to scheme up inside. Because if you make a mistake there, your quarterback has no chance. He can't step up. You know, I go back to Aaron Donaldson with the Rams. Mm-hmm. One of the best 3 techniques to ever play. You have to scheme up your offensive line protection to block him, which now makes the defensive end's job that much more easy. Because if you don't block him, it didn't make the difference the rest of them because he has the quickest way to get to the quarterback. He has a straight line. So if we can get this kind of pressure throughout the year with those 2 guys inside, the defense can be pretty stout again this coming season.
All right. So, one of the things you led off with in this show, and certainly folks hear about it in the breakdown, right? As we talk to the folks live, is that often when the defense is out of position last year, you were focused on the linebackers. It was linebackers being out of position. Well, not as much in this game. And on the next play, there was you got to clean it up in practice. It wasn't a linebacker out of position in this play. At least we don't think it was a linebacker out of position in this play. But I'm bringing this one up, Vance, for you to break down for the people, and you can give them your theory on it as a longtime coach, what you think happened on this play and who you think was at fault for losing contain on this one.
So to me, they in overcover 4. It's just a basic zone play. To me, the defensive end and the linebacker, which is who we're going to focus in. The defensive end to the boundary appears to be in a 9 technique. That means he's outside shade of the tight end, which means he is forced. In other words, he must turn the ball back inside. The linebacker is anticipating the ball being turned back inside, so he is filling the C gap. So if number 5 does his job and the ball hits in the C gap, it's tackling practice. Okay? So run it back for me. When you watch the defensive end, he starts outside, then he got greedy. He said, I'm going to make this play. So he jumps inside. The linebacker said, you outside. So he went to fill a C gap. And all of a sudden, he had to redirect. So to me, it's on the defensive end.
Yeah, you got 2 dudes in the same gap right here.
2 guys in the same gap. I'm going back to what I said earlier about my man, Mike. My defensive line coach I once had, he used to say this: a defensive end, slow till you know. In other words, take care of your job first. You're slow, and once it declares, and I know it's in there, then I can fall back and make a play. This guy got greedy. He said, well, I don't whip this tight end, see what his head is outside, then he jumps inside. So the linebacker right now has no chance. So to me, the way it looked and from its alignment, it's on the defensive end fault right there. That's the defensive end.
Vance, I think you own to something with that one, my guy.
They'll get this cleaned up. This is not a problem. So this is something. Number 5 is, I think, is a new guy from what you told me. Yeah. So he's going to learn. Hey, do your job first. If you do your job first, you won't make enough plays. Don't be greedy and try to play outside the defense. So we were good last year because guys executed. You just execute. You're going to get your sacks or tackle for losses. Just do your job.
All right, Vance. All right, so over 4 versus Sweet. Versus Sweet.
This is just great effort, great pursuit. Watch the little Mike. Watch the linebacker. Watch the little Mike. Turn it back. Look at the line. Oh, my God. Wow. You're talking about linebacker play right there? Little Mike did his job. Turned it back inside. The linebacker. Look, man, watch the linebacker play right here. This is outstanding. Wow. Hey, the linebacker's playing. Sam. They look like linebackers supposed to look right there. Mm-hmm. They fit that thing perfectly. The pursuit is great. Watch the safeties get downhill. You can't play it any better than that. See, now my expectation, when I see you do it one time, for the rest of the season, I expect the same thing. That's good football, good coaching, defensive end did his job right. Look at the amount of players around the ball, Sam. That's winning football right there. That's how you win championships. Great job. Great job by all those guys. Now, this is another lightning. We started earlier, so let's go back. And the issue that they have here, Okay, if you guys remember when we talked about lightning before, you can see we blitzing from the field. The nickel back's coming. We rolling the coverage. See, ain't a two-back set. So in a two-back set, you got to declare, is that a 3-by-1 formation or is it a 2-by-2 formation? So in other words, that backer, he has to. They got to make a decision for the linebacker. Anytime to me, it's a two-back set. Split backs, you got to say it's a 2-by-2 formation. If they did, that means that now that linebacker will work to this back coming out. See what he did? He worked to the back, to the slot side. So therefore, there's nobody on him. So if I'm playing Michigan right now as a coach, I'm going to find a way to be in a two-back set because of what they're doing by motion to get somebody free. Because this is a great scheme. And this is something that they have to go back to the drawing board. So anytime you're in two-back set, we're going to have you work weak first as a two-by-2 formation. If he doesn't go out, then you can work back to the middle of the field. So the backer, you see him working, he worked to the back of the field. Therefore, there's nobody on number 2 to the boundary. Because the defensive end is expanding to number 1. So this is something they're going to get worked on, something they got to clean up.
So talk me through the adjustment again, Vance.
So right now, go back to the base set. Run it all the way back. Freeze it. So right now, because we blitzing the nickel and the linebacker and bear again, you got to say that back should stay in. Therefore, the one linebacker on the hash, he should work straight down the hash and say this is a 2-by-2 formation. Mm-hmm. What he did, he worked to the back to the field, like it's a trips formation. Therefore, there's nobody on this back. Or the next thing they can do, they can tell this linebacker that's dropping to the boundary on the line of scrimmage, you're responsible now for the back to your side. Mm-hmm. So it's 2 different scenarios that they can make an adjustment. They got to make that decision, get this cleaned up, because they will see this more throughout the year. Because 3rd down and 2 is a pressure down for us. At least last year, and looking at it this year, it's the same thing. It's a pressure down. And so a 2-back set, it's a whole different thing to teach your players. And I think East Carolina found something. Don't be surprised that you might see a little bit more of that on 3rd and long or 3rd and short situations in the near future.
We like to end on a high note, though. So let's talk about Michigan, and they did a good job offensively with their flood package. Well, we're going to close with them doing a good job defending a flood.
Their rules up front.
This is a good route for a cover 4 for quarters coverage, but these guys do a great job here. I mean, it's twofold. This is a great job by the safety. I mean, a great job by safety right here. Because how you attack quarters coverage, cover 4, outside flood. Number 1, he either run a go or a post. Number 2, run the corner route, and you send another guy in the flat. So little Mike did a great job dropping to elevate the throw to buy time for the safety who gets the ball out at the last minute. To get it, see how little Mike underneath? And watch the safety. Great club. Bam. A good punch out. Incomplete pass.
There's that man Keon Sabb again.
Oh, again, Sam. Great teaching, great execution, the whole bag of tricks. That's a great job. Now we got 12 guys on the field right now. I mean, so they got a 5-yard penalty on this play. But it started with little Mike. He elevates the throw about time for the safety. Therefore, it's a incomplete pass. Now, my coaching point to little Mike is this. When number 2 avoided me inside, he should gain more width and more depth faster. That means next time he intercept this football. See how little Mike is still stuck inside? See how number 2 is avoiding him inside? Go. Get your whistle right now. Get outside right now. He'll be sitting out there waiting for the back and the back releasing late. Mike could pick this off next time. Anytime number 2 avoided him hard inside, his job is already done. Expand for width and depth and be waiting for the guy to come back to you. And little Mike next time will pick this ball off. Because they will see this route again. We saw it last year several times.
I gotta get back to your coaching point that you made at the very beginning about number 3, not panicking on the play.
Yes.
And once again, he did not panic on the play, Vance. So
again, it's what you do in practice. if the players buy into what you're doing in practice, they'll take it to the field. They are trusting their coaching. And I don't see that all the time, to be honest with you. I see certain guys panic, but you playing on the back end, you got to stay calm throughout. And your coaches got to teach you to understand you always have time. Just trust that you have time to make a play. If you believe that, what you've seen, he made 2 plays that way. He trusted in the system and the teaching and did a great job and made plays. Had 2 PBUs.
There you go. Well, folks, that is going to do it for this edition of the Michigan football film study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford. Again, let me remind you, we don't own this footage, so we don't monetize it. We don't get advertising for it, no money for it in any way. It's strictly used for your entertainment, your education, and your edification. However, if you want to show love to the Michigan football breakdown with Vance Bedford, the film studies with Vance Bedford, check out that PayPal link right there. You can check it out in the comments as well. Help fund the cause, push the cause, keep us going and growing with these film studies. Labor of love. It's always good to get a little something for that labor too, right, Vance? Because you got to get those steaks. And you got to
I'm
get
all for it. I'm trying to get me some more bison steaks. I need your help.
you
And
got
also,
to you got to
hey, I'm
feed.
trying to feed Tiki.
Right?
I got to feed Tiki. Now, they got to come on, tighten up, man. Call all your cousins, your nephews. Hey, go across the street, knock on the door. Hey, we want all the Michigan fans to join us. Right now on Twitter, Sam, I got a lot of people say they want to follow me. So if I see Michigan, boom, I click onto it. I click onto it. I click onto it. So I'm trying to get all the Michigan people I can. Hey, you know what? It's never too late to donate. That's right, baby.
There you go. Well, folks, until next time, thanks for watching another edition of the Michigan football film study focused on the defense with Vance Bedford.
Go Blue.